phone, so I freed up some more space on my phone, so still that, so like it's 11:48, 2nd of April 2023, going to carry on filming. Let me just go back, hopefully I will have enough to finish this part of it. Hi family, it's still there, hopefully it'll flash and let me know whereabouts it is in the skyline. There we go, thank you. Enlarge it as much as I can. Okay, carrying on. Okay, highly so they've copied what humans were naturally doing, and how humans naturally felt. We just did it. We didn't need rules to be written down to tell us there's a craft flying. Do you know what I'm like with flying shiny things flashing away? Trying to be cool, but here we go. I don't know if it'll pick up. It's flying upwards towards. Oh, I don't think it's picking up. No, okay, just stop on one thing. Anyway, okay, so they copy and mimic humans. I can't tell you how many of these creatures have copied what I've said and mimic what I said. One to take the piss. And these are sort of famous people. One called Nigel or Neil, Scottish fucker. Oh, there's so many of these creature beasts around. Innit, family? Anyway, I'm going off point. I'll come back onto point. So yeah, so they mimic what humans do. For the 97% of us, they mimic in order to control us. They've created their own titles in order to control us. Is that correct, family? So they told us. So we could, at the beginning, we couldn't read the Bible. None of us could read the Bible or religious texts. We were told by people, inverted commas, that were higher up than us, that they know better than us, and they're schooled because they're scholars, and they've studied life and they've studied philosophy and they've studied religion, that they know more than us. There's a reason why it's going to happen to ordinary people. I keep saying this. The contact will be made with ordinary people and not with prime ministers, not with religious leaders. Okay? Very, very clear reason why. Okay? And they did it to control us. Is that correct, family? Everything's been put in place to control and to set the frequency at a very low limit. So we wouldn't connect to a heart centre. We'd be constantly struggling and constantly striving. Okay, since this has started happening, I start being targeting, because I am sort of person that won't say shit and watch what's happening. People think, oh, because people often misread me, bless him, and I let them. And I know they misread them if you get your fuckers. Not everybody, because some people I do sort of click with straight away. But it depends who, especially if the white, male or middle class, or even black actually, males, even black females. It depends who they are, but mostly it's quite arrogant, and then I let them. I don't fuck off on you, fucker. Carry on. And I wait. Okay, so I let them, just let them do their thing. With the targeting, my family said straight away a few things, and this is what I'm going to say, a few things that were said straight away. Okay, let them carry on. Just let them do their thing, because I was going, and in that correct, family. Right at the beginning, when my family revealed themselves, they said they're not human. Before they revealed themselves, they said people involved in the targeting program, and I didn't know how far this program spread, how many people will sell their souls to be famous, to be infamous, to have the ticks. But people will literally sell themselves for fucking, just to have friends. Sell their souls, literally. And they know that there's, well, I don't think they did at the beginning, but they do now. That there are demons attached to them and shit. They do now. So everybody involved in the hospital knows that we will have, and your handlers, I'm going off point slightly, are lying to you. They will constantly lie to you. If they're lying to the ordinary members of the public and taking the piss out of the ordinary members of the public, what do they think they're doing to you? Okay, so when these beings first became on Earth, the whole purpose, so like they were created by parasitic beings like insectoids. I'm going to say insectoids because, yeah, it's just easy. Okay, so we're created by insectoids to look like humans, to feed off the pain of humans. The only way they can do that was to look like humans and pretend to be humans. And that's what I said about narcissists and psychopaths and sociopaths. It's created as much pain in society, and to not let people feel the natural joy of being alive, of being human, and not connect to their creator. So that's why these creatures, humans, so there's no one flying, was created. Okay, and as they're doing their thing, so as they're interacting with humans, whatever creature's on them, insectoid, is feeding off them. Literally feeding off them. Eating them. Is that correct, family? And that's just always been the case. They will never be told this. When my family first told me about this, they said, "Oh, why should they tell the food?" Their logic, the creatures behind, the prime ministers, the royal families, the religious leaders. So why should we tell them the truth? Why should we, the food? Why should we tell the food? What's really happening? So like places like the Freemasons, or groups like the Freemasons I should say, okay, have been told that they've been given this hidden knowledge of society. And they're privileged to be in this group, to be so powerful men, to reach position in society, to become aware of this hidden knowledge. Okay, they weren't told, or they know this hidden knowledge, weren't told, were given to them by demons that are feeding off them, literally feeding off them. Is that correct, family? And not just Freemason, any group, any secret groups, any groups that put themselves higher in society, that think they are above society, any religious cults, any groups that place themselves high up in society, that they've evolved so much that they're above the ordinary people of this earth. Okay, so they will constantly say they have been told that they've been given secret knowledge, and that's what keeps them. It's their ego, it's their it, and that's what. And their beings know this. The beings that feed off them, that created them, know this. They know, because they haven't got a heart centre. They've got no fucking sense. All they've got is their ego, is their it. So they believe that their knowledge is the true knowledge of this earth. As I'm filled with this, the creature used to do so many things to stop me filming this, to stop me recording them chatting shit as I'm filming. There's another plane. I think it's a craft, actually. Right? It is a craft. Okay. To stop. Why? If they're so confident in their hidden knowledge, in what they've been told, why are they scared of this happening? Why are they trying to stop this happening and getting out? They are fear-filled of the true nature of what they're up to getting out, and they know that they have. Can you confirm that, family? I'm going off on one. Can you confirm that? Because they need the minions, they need their Joeys. There's a craft. See it? Okay, lost it now. Here we go. Yeah, they need their minions, they need their joeys to do their work for them. So they're not going to tell them the truth. They're not going to tell them they've got demons, insectoids feeding off them, because the demons that are on them need them to continue to control others, continue to instill fear of others, so they can feed off them. And anybody that's in the know, like I say, in the media, you will know that if they get a certain media types, they've got to control their emotions at all time. It will come to a point, it depends what's on them, they have to control their emotions at all time, because the entities on them feeding off them. So this is how it works. So the beings, parasitic beings, created humans with no heart centre, got no connection to source, to be on earth, to create as much pain and as much suffering on earth, okay? Give them titles, give them royal names, give them etc. Caste, put them a high caste system, and they've mimicked what would naturally happen in mankind on earth, okay? They mimic that. And it's not a true reflection. What like I say, Haile Selassie is a real royal member, a real royal family member through his bloodline. Like I say, the Bible, there's some religious texts that are real raw, you know, but they came through, they've twisted it, they converted it. Some of them are real royals, some of them are not real royals and not got the royal blood cycle. Okay, I hope I'm making sense. So they've created these beings that are parasitic beings, humans that are not humans, that look like humans, and it's all to do with energy. It's not necessarily to do with your DNA. It's more so to do with your energy. It's not to do with your black, white, yellow skin, brown skin, whatever. I never said that the original people on Earth were yellow, black, and brown skin, but it's more so to do with your energy, with your soul, if you have a soul, than your DNA. But your DNA will make you more susceptible. That's why the royal families tend to breed with each other. Certain royal families tend to breed with each other and within their circle. It's just easier for the parasitic beings to be overlays basically into them, onto their energy field. So what happens is the parasitic beings, insectoids, overlay on a human, inverted commas. That human is a cunt, so that human will be violent, aggressive, cause pain to their loved one. Any encounter they have, it will be either to fool humans or to cause pain, or to mock humans. It won't be an honest one-to-one connection, a heart connection. Is that the great family? Any friendships to have, any love interests, works, colleagues, their job title, even that they will also gravitate, can't say the word, towards jobs where people are suffering, because they get off on suffering. They feed off the suffering of others. If that job title also gives them control how much that person can suffer, that's like ooh. Okay, so they will gravitate towards people that are suffering, and like I said, if that job comes with a title and sort of respectability, and like I know with the targeting, I know this, I've seen it. I'm going to show you it. It's like a double sort of like whammy for them. That's just like fucking hell, you know what I mean? Nobody's going to suspect me being a twat, being an evil fucker. Because I'm a psychiatrist, I'm a GP, I'm a this, I'm a that. You know, like, look how many... Wait, I've gone too far. Okay, look how many priests. Oh, okay. I'm going to flash show me where you are. Is that flash then? I'm going to enlarge it slightly and point it. Wait for a minute. Less than a minute actually. But you get what I'm saying, folks. Okay. So the and it's still there. I'm not pointing in the right direction. Have I to move? There we go. Can you see it? There it is. Okay. Hi, family. Now, as I'm speaking, the creature beasts are turning my. This is one of their favourites. Of turning my camera on and off. Fuckers. And this is the creature beast. Simon Foster, Pete Lowe, Patrick Haley. Look up the names. I'm not sort of saying, I'm not randomly saying, oh, West Midlands Police. I am naming the people involved in my targeting, because they're fucking beast. Hi, family. So yeah, so it's not a random section, and there's nobody responsible for what's happening. There is people behind this, and like I said, look at who Simon Foster is and what his campaign was against violence towards women. Look it up. Keep saying to people, look, and this is what I mean. This is exactly what I mean regarding the complete bollocks and the complete piss take of society. What if I did it out of that window? Oh, here we go. No. Okay, I can still see it. It's a move long. So it might be stopped. Right, okay, so I'm going to stop here, because I could be here all night. I'm going to stop here. I'm like I say, okay, everything that's happened in this civilization is either it's been done deliberately. It's not sort of like, oh, we've tripped over that, oh, we've tripped into slavery, oh, we've tripped into hatred of women, and all of a sudden police, men in Derby and police officers all around the UK are coming out as sex offenders and rapists and all, etc. It's always happened. And this is just recent. This is just what, within the last 2 years. And I've been targeted for the last, since 2014 by West Midlands Police. And it's all to do with protecting a rapist. So I'm not jumping on a bandwagon here. And like I say, I learn. You know what I mean? Fucking, you know what I mean? If you don't learn off your enemies after all this fucking time, what's the bloody point? Okay, so like, yeah. And to show others. So right, I'm going now, because it doesn't look like I'll be able to. Oh, here we go. Not too far. Oh, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm getting that cake. Okay, so for now, folks, thank you for staying for this long. And I hope I've made sense that just the very nature of why this is happening, and that there's some humans that are not humans, but purposely put on this earth to create as much pain and suffering as possible, and it's more to do with their energetic makeup, their soul, if they've got one, than it is to do with their DNA. Even though I did say that the most people they're targeted on Earth is to do with the indigenous people of Earth, which is to do with brown. I think it's a craft. It's to brown, yellow, and black skins, and it's still happening. If you look at Aborigines today, and it's sort of like there's in the Constitution to give them equal rights, and they make up 3.8% of the population in Australia. How the fuck did that happen? And how the fuck are they still talking about giving constitutional rights, giving people? Shall we give these indigenous people of the land rights in the Constitution? Shall we? Shall we not? Anyway, going off on one, but have a look, and even if you're white, if you think you are pure white and your ancestors were Boris Johnson types, fill your fucking boots, mate. Fill your boots. But very few of us humans, original humans, are made up of one ethnic blend. Literally. Even if you're in the UK and yeah, my family has always been in the UK and blah blah blah. Okay, whatever. If you want to think that, if you want to nail your you want to nail your cross to, is it nail your something to the cross? Blue to, anyway, if you want to think that, think that. Okay, you're the one that's going to be filled with hate. You're the one that's going to be filled with a superiority that you are more superior than others. If you have to, what's that saying, that if you have to put others down to make yourself superior, then you're not superior. If you have to belittle others, something like that. Somebody said it somewhere along the world. Anyway, I'm going there. It's still there, and there's another one, but quite faint. It's quite a few in the back, so I'll probably be here tomorrow, folks, or the next day. Who knows? Rambling off. Oh, there's a craft. I'll see if I can get this one before I leave. And it's flying across the skyline. Right in my eye line. And it's gone. Anyway. Now, folks. Thank you, family. Thank you. There's one right in my eye line. See it? Just zoom as much as I can. Hi, family. See it moving around? Now with my naked eye, it's when I look at them with the naked eye, it doesn't appear that they're moving at all. Looks like completely still, maybe flashing, if anything. They don't look like they're moving around or responding to questions, but you can see, I don't know if you'll be able to see that. You can see it's moving around. I don't know why it's not showing up. I think it's the energy, the energetic field. Did you see that? Is it moving? Still there. It's not picking up so clearly. It's quite foggy. It's turning foggy, I should say. See it there? Okay, next time I'm going to try to expand, and we'll just go on about the target as well, name some fucking things. But I want to get this out. Exactly what the parasites are, exactly what's feeding off the parasites, that they are demons, fucking greys that are not human friendly, never have been, and that's all a con. Insectoid beings, dimensions all around us. Some of them are just doing their own thing, some of them are interacting with Earth and us. Some of them are beneficial to us, some of them are not. And the powers that be know this. Media types know this. Fucking hell, we've got delivery drivers from supermarkets that know this. Delivery persons fucking Asda that know this. That they've been told to target certain people. And it's not the rapists, and it's not the sex offenders, it's not the racists, it's human beings that they're targeting. Fuckers. So I'm glad you know, all know now, you shitbags, that you've got entity attachments that are eating away at you. And your handlers will never tell you that your handlers are lying to you. And another thing, your handlers will control how you feel and what you think. Before they've even approached you, they've subliminally imprinted their thought processes onto you. Before they've even chatted to you, before you've even realised what's happening, they would have done this. And I'll get my family to confirm it when it's a lot clearer. And they will instill fear. And if they can't instill fear, the next thing is try to breed with you or try to get into a relationship. Anything they can do to control humans, any way possible, like they've tried to do with me, they will do. And the first thing they'll do is instill fear. Or try to instill fear. And they will use your family, your grandchildren, your children, anybody possible. Any fears that you may have, they will use. If they can make you depressed, they will make you depressed. If they can break you, literally break you, so they can control you, build you up and control you, they will do. And I'm also talking to the creature beasts that are involved in this. Right from the beginning, like I've told you, right from the beginning, I hope this is showing up, it probably is not going to show up. The creatures, the demons, the insectoids that are feeding off the humans that are supposedly in control, they've not told them that they're food. They've lied to them. They've not told them that when they die, they're going to be tortured so they continue to be fed off. Literally tortured so they can continue to be fed off. I think I did a post, quite a few posts about somebody that died, somebody that's very famous, that's been tortured so they can feed off. And they were very rich, very powerful beings in their own right. They are not told this. They're not going to tell them. And even though they know this now, even though they know they've got entity attachment, because some of them are long line fucking entity attachment, they need their joeys, they need people beneath them so they can feed off them. It's all to do with feeding. Okay, with these creatures, it's all to do with feeding, it's all to do with control. And it goes back to whatever entity is attached to them. If it's a insectoid, if it's a grey, if it's a demon, no matter what it is. And like I say about humans, we have control. We have control over our lives. We are not... they have no control. They have no control. They think they have control because they have power over others. That's not control. See that? See that? Fucking on the camera again, little bastards. They have no control. If you have to feed off others, there's something wrong with you. If you have to feed off the pain of others, if you have to get others to admire you, for you to feel good, there's something wrong with you. You're not human. I'm just going to put that out there. Okay, human beings, we are heart-centered humans. The love we feel for our family, for ourselves, for the planet around us, for our pets, we feel it in our heart. That's it. That is it. Just think about anything that you love. It could be something very simple, like just going for a walk or something that you enjoy doing, or a hobby. When your heart swells, when you feel that, that's it. We are connected to beings. That's when you feel that energy in your heart area, you are connecting to our creators. We are connected to higher beings. We don't need to instill fear of others to feed. And they don't feel that. They don't have that glow. They will pretend to. Some pretend to be humans. They have to pretend to be humans. They don't have that. All they have is to mock humanity. It's trying to mimic humanity so they can control us, so they can feed off us. Since I've been targeted, and like I've said previously, I hope it's showing up. I don't think it will show up, but I'll say it again. The entities that I see in every fucking, God, I can't tell you how many delivery people I've seen. Oh, like I say, that fucking, what's it, Harley Bennett, that insectoid. She's got can't tell you how many people, because they will send not human beings my way, taxi drivers, fucking you name it, okay? I can't tell you how many of them have got entity attachment